name's Sara. I'm currently enrolled at the New Hampshire Institute of Art studying photography. So my senior year, I applied to 7 different colleges in the northern area, and I got into 6 out of the 7 of them. So having all those decisions, it was kind of really overwhelming to have them. I actually initially did not even apply to the New Hampshire Institute of Art, and I only applied to the University of New Hampshire. My goal was to get as far away from New Hampshire as possible. However, I found that that actually wasn't what I needed. Artistically, being in a community that is small and well-defined was something that I really needed. And the schools that I'd chosen were not giving me that. So I actually really didn't start going to college until after high school and really making those decisions. And they were not hard, they were not easy decisions actually. They were very hard, especially talking to my family who really wanted me to go to the schools that I was at and didn't want me back in New Hampshire. But I found that taking classes at UNH and being able to take a class at the New Hampshire Institute of Art really broadened my resources, and I actually fell in love with the school by taking a Drawing 2 class there, and the rest is history. My mom was really supportive. Actually, what's really great about the New Hampshire Institute of Art, and what initially brought me there, was the fact that they had an art education program for an additional 5th year. So there was at least somewhat of a net that if I didn't end up making a career as a photographer, I could still teach and still do what I love. But eventually I realized, after going to Italy with school, I really fell in love with art. And I realized that I could totally do it. And looking at a lot of businesses and companies, they're now looking for more creative-minded individuals to put in their community to help fuel intuitiveness and ingenuity. So it's really not that difficult. You just have to go out there and get it. I think definitely being an artist helps you think critically. You'll be able to look at many sides of a situation as opposed to just looking at something straight on. So you'll be able to kind of evaluate the whole picture, really. And that really helps in a world that now there's a lot of different things coming at you. You have the internet, which kind of throws all these different kind of facts at you. And critically, you're able to kind of whittle them down to something that you can make sense out of. New Hampshire Institute of Art is actually one of the least expensive art colleges in the country, so thankfully picking that school is definitely thumbs up to when it comes to financial burden. But I found that if you definitely take the opportunities that are given to you, senior year, you have all these different scholarships that you can apply for in your guidance counselor's office, and definitely take advantage of those because they will help you immensely, at least with your first year of school, which can kind of be daunting trying to go through the loan process. There's a lot to it, and if you go to your financial aid office, either in your school if you're lucky enough to have something like that, in your high school that can help you financially plan for college, or when you get to college, go to your financial aid office. They'll be able to give you so much information about how to make college affordable. And it really is. I know that I was really stressed out the first couple of years, and then once I kind of got used to the process, applying for financial aid, using your FAFSA forms, which are a huge asset. Huge. It cuts the cost of what you actually have to pay out of pocket a lot. So I pretty much only pay for half of my tuition out of pocket, which is great. So definitely utilize everything that you can read about online for financial aid. At Central High School, which is where I went to high school, we had a program called Educational Talent Search, and Steve McGrath was actually a great asset for that. He actually showed me all the opportunities that I did have. He really helped with the application process all the way to the financial process, and I don't think that if I had someone like that help driving me that forward, I don't think that I'd be, at least in this place that I am, and be as happy as I am as a college student. So I was very lucky that my mom was very supportive about whatever decisions that I made going to college. But I do look at some of my friends whose parents who weren't as supportive about them going to higher education, which for me I found really upsetting because they had a lot of potential, and they still do have a lot of potential, but they feel or they fear that they're going to fail because they didn't have that support. And I was really lucky to have such a great support system at home, at school, and I really utilized that, especially my senior year of college, senior year of high school, making sure that I had that support moving forward, and a lot of my friends didn't. So now looking at the economy, which it wasn't where it was when I graduated high school, where you really do need to have a degree in something to move forward and to have, you know, a job that you're really proud to have and really happy to have, and something that you can really utilize and that you really love, because you don't want to be in a job that you just are living paycheck to paycheck. You want to support yourself, you want to be happy with who you are and what you've done. And going to college really helps you with that. They help you grow in many ways, in ways that I never thought that I would be able to. I've had opportunities I've lived in Italy for a month, which if I didn't go to college, I don't think that I would even have that opportunity or really even think about having that opportunity. And living in a different country shows you how the rest of the world is living, so it broadens even your world perspective. And if you can think about that when you're thinking about school, your world really is your oyster, and graduating high school is really just the beginning of a huge journey about yourself, about your education, and you'll forge relationships that you never thought that you'd have. Even with your teachers. Yes, teachers are people too, and they're great. And at New Hampshire Institute of Art, they're like my family. They encourage us. They will hold our hands when we're upset. And they've become a second mom and dad to me, and I thank them every day for the encouragement that they do give me. And they encouraged me to take, internships that I thought that I would never be able to get. And having an internship does help with getting a job in the future. So if you think that those opportunities aren't available at a smaller school, they definitely are. You just have to go out and get them. And you can definitely do it, no matter what other people say. If you know that you can do it, you should definitely do it, and you shouldn't let anybody else tell you otherwise. But coming to a school where I did come out of my shell, I'm now the Vice President of Student Council, and I run all these events for incoming students like yourself, and I love doing it. I love seeing all these new students come into the school with new, fresh ideas, and you have new, fresh ideas, so you should definitely bring them to the table, to different organizations that school might have to offer, so then you can feel more connected to the school that you're at, and having that connection makes your experience puts it on a whole different level. So definitely get involved. My name's Sara, and I believe that all students can be college bound.